bring us two absolute martinis. You know how I like them, straight up. And then precisely 7 1/2 minutes after that, you're gonna bring us 2 more. Then 2 more after that every 5 minutes until one of us passes the fuck out.
It's up to each and every one of you, my highly trained Stratonites, my killers who will not take no for an answer. My fucking warriors will not hang up the phone until their client either buys or fucking dies!
Well. GM. G. To the M. Right morning, my friends. D-Gens, Diamond Hand fam, Fortune Fuel crew, super soldiers, 1%ers, pioneers, pivoters, pursuers, builders, brothers and sisters, hermanos y hermanas, mamas y papas, anyone I may have left out, and anyone in between. Welcome back, and welcome into the best way to start your day. It's time to get fired up at Forge and Fuel. Baby.
Woo! 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 Woo!
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah!
Woo! I'm feeling it. I'm telling you what, my friends, the vibes are sky high, and we're back live in prime time here on The Best Way to Start Your Day. It is episode 710 of Forge and Fuel, and it is this wonderful Wednesday, April the 15th, 2025, and I hope you're ready to come alive because we got more motivation, more inspiration, and more good vibration coming your way over the duration of this program than you're going to know what to do with, baby. My friends, if you don't know, you won't know, but I am your humbled, honored, and clearly always hyped host on this fine morning program, Colton Capp Sroka, and I can't thank you enough for choosing to stop by, hang out with me and my guy, and dive down some inspirational, also informational, and motivational rabbit holes unlike any other. Now, who is my guy? Well, he is the lightweight slanging, the iron pumping, the bowling ball bench pressing, Mr. Producer of this fine morning program, Derek DZ Snow, DEEZY. What's on and popping, my guy?
Wait, baby!
Ooh! Shout out DEEZY. Been thinking about those prayer pull downs, preacher pull downs, whatever the hell we were talking about last night. Since we talked about them, I am excited to test them out in the gimnasio today. Who's to say, who's to know? You want to be tapped in. You want to get the latest and greatest exercises. You want to have the most up-to-date fitness and nutrition plans. Well, I highly suggest you get tapped in with my man, your guy, DEEZY, who also makes me look so pretty and makes this show just sound perfect every single day. Don't you know?
Oh yeah!
Well, my friends, before we officially dive in, before we can begin, before we can tap into a single one of those vibes on the opposite side, we must humbly ask you to do a few things. Maybe, just maybe, if you can find it in that big old heart of yours to do so this morning, you could take just a few moments to smash that subscribe button on whatever platform you are currently ingesting the Forge and Fuel podcast on. If you are watching on YouTube, you might as well hit that notification bell. Over in this direction, I'm always using the wrong doggone hand. Right next to that subscribe button so you never miss the start of a live show or any additional content dropping here on the channel. And if you're enjoying this morning's program, you might as well hit that like button over in this general direction so you can help that algo go and flow on the old tube of the U variety. But maybe you don't like the old YouTube. Maybe you like a little more censorship-free platform like the RUMBLE. Yes, my friends, that's the platform for you and me. And if you're tuned in over there this morning, maybe you could take a moment to smash that subscribe button, turn on that notification bell, and maybe crush a like button as well and help that algo go and flow over there on the Rumble. But maybe you don't like either one of those platforms. Maybe your viewing platform of pleasure doubles as your everything app, where you find the truth.
What?
Where you find some knowledge.
What?
Where you find some motivation.
What?
Where you find some inspiration.
What?
Where you find national news.
What?
Where you can find world news.
What?
And where you can find some memes that'll make you laugh all the way from your toes, all the way to the top of your head.
What?
That is known formerly as the Bird app, now as the X app.
What?
What? My friends, if you're watching over there on X, if that is your viewing platform of pleasure, maybe you could think about hitting a heart button, maybe smashing a repost button, and maybe even crushing a quote post button and letting the people know on your X timeline why you've decided to tune in live in prime time to Forge and Fuel this morning.
Thank you very much. That's really nice. Thank you.
And last, but certainly not least, if you are listening to this show on your favorite podcast directory like Apple, Amazon, or potentially even watching on Spotify, maybe you could take a moment to give us a follow, leave us a 5-star rating, or in all honesty, just go ahead and smash the shit out of whatever button you see on your screen, because it only helps us grow and flow on all those platforms as well. Nah, man.
Yeah, buddy.
Shout out to all you beautiful humming beings tapped in, tuned in, locked in live in prime time that have already hit those buttons, helped us get going and flowing in the algo on this wonderful Wednesday. But maybe you're tuning in and you're saying, whoa, 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 whoa. I tune into all types of shows and I don't be sharing that stuff out. I don't be subscribing to hitting likes, doing all that stuff. What's in it for me? Why do I got to do that? Well, if you don't, you can consider yourself a rude humming bean all morning long and all day long. You don't want to be a rude humming bean. And maybe this show makes you laugh. Maybe this show makes you cry. Maybe this show maybe even makes you think. Potentially it even makes you go, I ain't never thought of it that way before. And if so, don't be a hoe, share the show, be a friend, tell a friend, let somebody know, and we will proceed with this morning's program. That's right, my friends. Here we are back live in prime time once again on Forge and Fuel. It is your 710th episode this morning, and I'm sorry I told you the wrong date. It is April the 16th, 2025. I was still stuck on Tuesday. Now it's Wednesday, and I hope you're ready to come alive. Because boy, oh boy, me and D's are feeling good. We're feeling great, and we don't want to hesitate. We want to help you get this day going the right way. So mere moments ago, I told you that on this show, you may have the opportunity to laugh, cry, and think. Now, I can promise you that you will laugh. And in mere moments, you will be chuckling all the way down to your funny bone. So we certainly will check that box. Now we will check the box of thinking as well as we continue to get this proverbial show train steaming on down the tracks of change all the way to Perspective Station. And now that one in the middle. You may cry, have your emotions move to tears because you're laughing so doggone hard. Or you may have your emotions move to tears because your gears are turning so fast. Or maybe you may just have your emotions move to tears on both ends of the spectrum. And then boy, oh boy, you checked all three boxes and had a full day before 10 a.m. on the East Coast, baby. If that sounds like something you're ready for, well, no matter what you're doing, sit back, relax, or get up and get ready. Whatever you might be doing right now, it don't matter because we're live in prime time and the vibes are coming your way. So, my friends, we begin on this wonderful Wednesday with your opening, as we always do, your faux opening of your morning laughs of the day. That's right, my friends. We like to start this a little looser. Not so buttoned up. We like to get a little knee slapper or two going on before we really start to get that mind working. Because, we got to set the tone. We got to set the vibes. We got to feel good inside before we can allow the outside to follow along. So, my friends, on this wonderful Wednesday, we have not one, not two, but 3 morning laughs coming your way. And we get it crack-a-lacking right off the bat. Sorry, my medallion keeps flipping around here on my chain. And it is just messing me up. I keep seeing, boom. All right, now we're good. Ha! Your first morning laugh, my friends, features a group of parents, a couple, if you will, and their young daughter. And we watched a video a few shows ago of a young man who had quite a lot of logic. And these parents, they used to be able just to say, no, honey, we'll do that later. And the kid would just shut up and they wouldn't say anything. Well, now with the access to the internet and all the crazy things going on in the World Wide Web, these kids are starting to operate with just a little bit of logic, and there's nothing these parents can say in return but, okay, sweetie. So, my friends, morning laugh number 1 is just a dose of kid logic.
Starbucks, my name is Bree. What can I get started for you?
I'm good.
Can I just get can I get a large coffee, please?
Can I have a cookie?
No, Remy, we have cookies at the house, okay?
Well, we have coffee at home.
Can I get a cookie, please?
Hi there, welcome to Starbucks. My name is Bree. What can I get started for you?
I'm good.
Can I just get can I get a large coffee, please?
Can I have a cookie?
No, Remy, we have cookies at the house, okay?
Well, we have coffee at home.
Can I get a cookie, please?
That's funny, but we talk about it. Getting them started in the Matrix young, right? Got to make sure we go through Starbucks and get mommy your coffee because we're out shopping and we're out doing stuff today. And mommy's just got to have her Starbucks or she can't operate while she's out there doing her shopping. That just is not possible. So then we got to make sure we get baby a cookie. I got to have a cookie too. So when that young lady becomes a mother of her own, what do you think she's going to be doing? Still stuck in the system, going to Starbucks, and she's going to have a child of her own asking for a cookie in the back, and they just keep on stirring the cycles. They never get out of the rat race. They just keep it going and a-flowing. Hey, the kid's got a little logic. Who's to say, who's to know? She knows her mom's not doing the right thing. She said, hey, wait a minute. Why are you wasting your money here if we got coffee at home? We got cookies at home, but they ain't good as Starbucks cookies. We might have 1,000,001 different cookies at the house. Nestle, Toll House, them little fudge deals from the elves in the tree. Well, I'm telling you what, it's regular old Mexican standoff right now in your back. I'm having this cookie from Starbucks. You better believe it. There was nothing that mom could do. Nothing she could do. Little kid logic for you there, my friends. Your second laugh of the morning. You ever been on a plane and you're getting settled into your seat? You're starting to get a little comfortable. Okay, this isn't going to be a bad flight. Whew. And then you open your eyes, and in front of you is a guest, a passenger in another seat that you can tell is just going to be an absolute joy as a travel companion. They are just having the vibes left, right, and center. They turn around, ask you how you're doing. They see what is up with you. You say, okay, this just got even better. Now I have good vibes all around me. I have a travel companion. Morning laugh number 2, your travel companion. How can you not love dogs? Who doesn't love dogs? I mean, what is wrong with you if you don't love you? And especially a good old golden retriever. That was the first dog that I ever got. My old girl, Rudy. Ginger Root. Oh, nothing like a good old golden retriever. Who's to say, who's to know? Little travel companion, making about every face in the world at you. So, if you had one emotion, you're going to have another emotion 5 seconds later. You might as well just wait for it. Who's to say, who's to know? Shout out to that travel companion. And your third laugh of the morning, my friends, features a new saying, if you will. You may be familiar with FOMO, fear of missing out. But this here, my friends, morning laugh number 3 is Fogey.
Whatever the opposite of FOMO is, that's what I have with this. Fear of getting invited. Fogey. What's gonna happen? What's gonna happen? You're gonna get in there and wait a year and 6 days to get a drink that costs $80,000. Or maybe you have a table for $2 million. Oh, but don't worry. They're gonna bring your fucking tequila with sparklers for an extra 10 grand. And you all stand there holding your dicks, binge drinking like no tomorrow. Going, we got a table. And then you wake up feeling like dick. You get a Venmo request for $10,000. And then you think that was so worth it. Can't wait to do it again next week. Fuck that.
Give me your fucking money!
Money.
Fuck that. Oh, we got a table. It's only funny because that's the fucking truth. Yeah, you're gonna wait a year and 6 days to get a drink that costs $10,000. Oh, that's a fact and a half. Or you can get our VIP section for $80,000, and then we'll bring you a bottle with a tequila with sparklers on it for another $20,000. Who's to say? Who's to know? You think that's not the truth? Oh, it is, my friends, and that's how they get down at Club Space in Miami. And I tell you what, whoever in the hell is standing in a line like that at 4 a.m. just to get into a facility, to give said facility your money, you are going to the wrong places in life. You are not getting yourself closer to your goals. You are dragging yourself further away from your goals. And maybe you should think about how you could create a business, a facility, a service, a product that would have people lining up around the block in Miami at 4 a.m. just so they could maybe have an opportunity to wait in another line for a year and 6 days to get a beverage and then stand around and binge drink and do absolutely nothing but stare at chicks that they're never going to approach and actually just go home and do nothing and choke their chicken. Oh. Wow. Breaking news. Who's to say, who's to know? I mean, I'm just saying. I don't got FOMO no more. I got fogey. Fear of getting invited. Don't even put me in a position. I don't even want to be in the position no more. It's just absolutely ridiculous. And you know, it's kind of funny. Like the whole club scene, it's kind of dying. You know, my generation, and I've talked to a lot of people in my generation, you know, the 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33. Right in that ballpark. You know, we were the last group of humming beans that really, really hit the club scene and was doing the VIP bottle service and all the shit. And now this younger generation, they don't really do it. Well, I guess because they don't got the fucking money. They can barely put food on their table, so they ain't going to go out to the damn club where they don't even have any fucking money. They don't know if they're going to be able to pay rent. They don't have a credit card, so they're just going to say, fuck it, I'm just going to stay in the house and do absolutely nothing and scroll through Amazon. I'm going to go scroll through Amazon and look at shit I can't even buy. I'm just going to put it in my wish list, and hopefully one day I'll be able to. But then I'm just going to sit here and do absolutely nothing to get me closer to my goals, waste a Friday, waste a Saturday, waste a Sunday, and then go to my 9 to 5 Monday through Friday, and then wonder why my life hasn't gone anywhere. Huh. Boy, I thought these were supposed to be morning laughs. Who's to know? Woo-hoo! There you have it, my friends. Your 1, 2, and 3 morning laughs of this wonderful Wednesday. A little kid logic, a travel companion, and your new term, not FOMO, rather fogey. Kind of like an old fogey. Who's to say, who's to know? I see we were tripping some triggers over there in the live chat this morning, tickling some funny bones over there. Shout out to all you beautiful humming beings already live in prime time in the chat. If you don't know, you won't know, but the live chat is open during the duration of the entire show. So whether you're on YouTube over there, whether you're on X down there, whether you're on Rumble down there, wherever you might be, that live chat is open, baby. So if you've got something burning on the brain, melting on the heart, festering on the soul over the duration of this program, maybe it's some additional perspective on a topic we cover. Maybe it's some insights on additional rabbit hole that takes us down a whole different bend. Maybe it's some questions in relation to something I say, or maybe even a question in relation to an obstacle you're dealing with and how you might need some help turning it into an opportunity. Why do I mention all of that? Because we set a full segment aside each and every day to connect right with you, the live viewer, baby. So whatever you got going on inside of you, whether it's something good, something bad, or something in between, we want to hear from you. If it's just a GM or you just got something that you need help with, we'll get it out live in prime time, and we'll pop it up on the screen once we get into that third segment of the day. Answers from the Anvil, baby. But speaking of segments, it appears to me, as I would imagine some of thee, that it's time to get into your first segment of the day. It's time to get that mindset whipped into shape, baby. Get a little motivation and inspiration going. Get those battle weapons we use on the daily to slay and fillet right through those obstacles and turn them into opportunities. Sharpen back up so we can get on the battlefield once again and stand tall. As the enemy lights their flaming arrows and shoots them our way, we can grab them out of the sky and crack them over our knee one at a time. Baby. My friends, that sounds like something you could use. A little kick in the pants, a little fire under the keister, if you will. Well, then grab yourself a notebook and a pen or a pencil. Whatever you might need to keep track of the knowledge and insights about to come your way. Because, my friends, it's time to get into your first segment of the day as the first arrow comes your way for your sharpening session. Okie dokie, artichokes. Before we go any further, I realize I have forgotten a very important part of this show. If you're just getting yourself a cup of joe, cheers to me, cheers to thee. Good morning, Vietnam! Oh, I need a little heat up. Fire one off. Watch out. Here we go. Oh, hello, Matilda. You like to say hi to the people? Oh, really? Hi. Do you want to say hello? You want to say hello, or are you just going to stand there and stare? Come here, Chi-wee-wees. Come here. She ain't coming. She ain't doing it. Oh, some hydration, some caffeination. Oh. Thought we were going to get a little cat-ation, but apparently not. So here we are,
Wrong.
my friends. Back live in prime time for your first official segment of the day. It is time. Man, this thing is just flopping all over the place today. It is officially time for your sharpening session here on episode 710 of Forge and Fuel on this wonderful Wednesday morning, April the 16th, 2025. And I hope you're ready to come alive because boy, oh boy, do we got some vibes. We got some thoughts coming at you here this morning, some perspective that just might help you become a little bit more of a super soldier as you apply these mindsets and get further and further and deeper down the 1% path. This right here might just help you realize you have more power than you think you do. So if you didn't see the topic of the day, the title of the show, or the thumbnail, baby, you may not know what I'm about to say. So before I bring some thoughts your way, let me tell you, the opening topic of the day is on improve your intuition. Improve your intuition. And this morning, my friends, I want to talk about exactly that. Your intuition. And how often do you think about intuition? And I want to start off by asking a question. Are we born with intuition? Is intuition something that you either have or you don't? Or is intuition something that can be built? Is intuition something that is internally built into us? Some people have it, some people don't. Or is it something that we can tap into and grow and strengthen as we build our mindsets and we get further and further down the super soldier path? Well, you may be able to answer those questions. And I don't think we would have a sharpening session today if it was just something that you were born with. So, my friends, this morning I'm here to argue that intuition is not something you are born with. Maybe some people have a little more of it than others. Maybe some people get an extra dose when God's creating them, the whole magic into mama's belly before they pop out and boom, they get a little extra intuition. But I firmly believe, that intuition is something that can be built upon and grown day in and day out. So, how would you go about improving your intuition? Improve your intuition. How would you even do that? You barely know what intuition is. It's that gut feeling, your internal antenna, the red flags waving. You can barely put it into words. What the hell even is intuition? How do I go about improving it? Well, your intuition is just simply your ready insight into things. You know, Andrew Tate has that quote, "My unmatched perspicacity coupled with sheer indefatigability make me one of the most feared opponents in any realm of human endeavor." And that's what he's talking about, intuition. My sheer indefatigability, unable to be defeated. Unmatched perspicacity. I can look into things. I'll find a way. When there is no way, I'm going to make a way. I know that I can trust my gut and continue to move forward. So intuition is just having a readily available insight into things. So when you know it's that simple, you can go about improving it in a very simple way. And the first way that you can improve your intuition is by being aware. Being aware of the world around you, increasing your awareness. As you go through this life, you have to see this world through your eyes. Far too often as human beings, we go about this life living it in our heads. We're on autopilot, one foot in front of the other at the grocery store, thinking about what we're going to do at the gas station. At the gas station, thinking what we're going to do when we're going to get home. At the gym, thinking about all the things we got to do once we get back at the office. We have all these thoughts going on, and our awareness is never here. Our awareness is always in the past, or maybe in the future. And boy, oh boy, as we talked about yesterday, life gets real short and real anxiety filled when you live in the past and the future and you neglect the present moment. You increase your intuition by step one, becoming aware. Use your eyes like laser beams. You see everything around you. You are locked in. You are focused. Every move, every person. You know, this is part of my quote that I say, what is a super soldier? But what's a super soldier? The type of motherfucker that walks into a room and knows how many switches there are before even cutting on a light. The type of person that walks into a building and knows how many sockets there are before they even have to plug anything in. Now, obviously, that's almost impossible, but that's the type of awareness you need to have in this life. Do you just walk in a room and doopy-doopy-doo? That's why I say Capp sees all. Because my awareness is dialed in to 150%. I'm never not aware. And now sometimes it is good to take off those laser beams and always be laser focused and locked in and aware and paying attention. Sometimes it's good to bring that attention back to the mind and allow your peripherals, if you will, to soak in the knowledge that you took from the laser beams. And that's why quietness and stillness and taking time to reflect on your laser beams is a very, very, very important thing. So if you want to improve your awareness, step one, or improve your intuition, step one is to improve your awareness. And step two is to solidify your senses. How often do you really, truly feel your senses? You know, your eyes, sight, the things you can see. Do you really utilize your eyes and see and take in the world around you and see what people are doing and see how things are moving and take stock of all those light switches before you even have to cut on a light? Your ears. Do you listen to people? Do you try and gain more perspective and insights, or are you just hearing people like the damn Charlie Brown phone? Whap, 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 waiting to say your perspective because it's more important. You have more insights. You're the smartest person in the room. When's the last time you actually listened to somebody? You stood out in nature and you heard the birds chirp. You heard the wind whipping around. You heard a dog barking in the distance. You heard the leaves crinkling beneath your feet. What about your skin? The touch, the feel of the warm water on the dish as you clean it after dinner. The feel of your pet as you give it a nice little scratch in the evening. The feel of that warm coffee cup in your hand in the morning almost brings a sense of completeness and energy and possibility. But do you feel that? Are you in tune with your senses when you get goosebumps and chills and you get this feeling of oneness? Do you lean into that? Or do you just feel that and whatever? Your mouth, your taste. Do you really taste your food, or you just shovel it in? You know, I won't put DZ on blast, but me and DZ were talking about one of his creations last night. Are you tasting that, or are you just closing your eyes and plugging your nose and hoping it goes down? He says, well, it tastes good. He says, it doesn't taste bad. Well, I don't know if that means it tastes good or not. Who's to say? Who's to know? And your nose, are you smelling? Smell the world around you, the perfumes, the colognes, the smell of fresh air. Or do you just go out into the world and walk around? The second step to improving your intuition is solidifying your senses, really utilizing your senses. And the more you become aware, step one, through awareness, step two becomes easy and almost natural. Because you become more aware, you use more of your senses, your eyes lock in, you hear more, you speak less, you say the right things, you feel the world around you. It becomes so much easier. So then it goes into the third step. The third step of improving your intuition is fixing the things that others would fix. You know, I was having a conversation with a few people in relation to this. And, you know, Mark Devine, the author of The Way of the Seal, puts this as the background of obviousness. And this thing is in your background. You don't really think about it. You don't really give a damn. It's just how you are. It's the generational curse. It's the cycle, whatever it is, anger, can't control your emotions, anxiety, telling lies, can't take in data, whatever it might be, right? That thing that is in the background, but to everyone else, it is so obvious. When you lose your anger, you lose your temper, it feels good to you, right? It feels good to just let that out. But to everyone else, you look stupid as shit. It feels great, to maybe tell a lie, to not hurt somebody or whatever you think that lie is going to do. But to everyone else, you just look stupid. You can't take in data when somebody's just trying to give you feedback and trying to help you to become a better version of you. It feels good to know I know what's best. But to that other person, you just look stupid. And here's the real kicker. If you don't fix the things that others would fix, your intuition will never improve. Because intuition cannot grow in a false life. Intuition cannot become better when you are not the best version of you. When you are still missing the mark, not working on the things you know you need to work on, your intuition never gets an opportunity to grow. Because if you are aware, then it's going to be easy to see these things. If you are solidifying your senses, it's going to be simple to see what you need to fix. You're going to look yourself right in the mirror and you're going to say, ooh, you know what you need to fix. We all know what we need to fix. We all know where we miss the mark, and we're not ever going to be perfect. So don't try to be perfect. Just try to practice not doing the wrong thing, because practice doesn't make perfect. Practice makes permanent, and permanent is where you want to be, because perfect is simply a state of mind, and permanent is reality. So what do you want? And are you fixing those things that everyone else would fix? But you keep choosing not to, because that's just how you are. You want to improve your intuition, you first have to fix the things that others would fix, because that intuition cannot grow if you are not willing to grow. And number 4, simple 4-step process to improving your intuition. Be who you are and trust your gut. Be who you are and trust your gut. When you increase your awareness, you develop it into a way where you have ready insight into things. Somebody asked you how many sockets there are in the room and you say, 11. Well, how the hell did you know that? We haven't even plugged anything in yet. I'm a super soldier, bro. Don't worry about it. That'll make somebody's head spin. You say that to them. They say, oh, a super soldier. What do you mean? What do you mean? And it doesn't have to be about light sockets, right? Light switches, whatever. I'm just giving an example. You solidify your senses. You work to become the best version of you. Then you know you can trust you. And you can be who you are, because you are doing what you're supposed to be doing. And then in turn, you can trust your gut. That internal antenna, that intuition is now something that can be trusted. And here's a quote that I want to leave you with. To think is easy. To act is difficult. To act as one thinks is the most challenging. And that is a Von Goethe quote. To think is easy, to act is difficult. To act as one thinks is the most difficult. That's intuition. That's being who you are and trusting your gut. Not just thinking. Anyone can think. Fuck, our brains never stop. Our brains control us. It's how we're wired as human beings. That's why I preach every day. You control your brain. Your brain doesn't control you. Wrangle the thoughts and use your muscle that is locked in between your ears to your advantage, and stop allowing it to use you. It's easy to think. Everyone overdoes it every single day. The I coulds, the I shoulds, the I woulds, the I don't wannas. Everyone overthinks. It's easy to think. To act is difficult. To put one foot in front of the other, to want to improve your intuition, to want to become a better version of yourself, to only take one step a day, and if only that improves you by 1%, knowing that you did still get better. Looking yourself in the mirror in the morning and then in the evening, and being more proud at the person in the evening, because you know you did what it took to become the next best version of you.
He's beginning to believe.
To act is difficult. It ain't easy to put the right foot in front of the other, to want to do the right things, to overcome the I don't wannas. But when you get into that mindset, then all of a sudden you realize the action is easy. But then the real challenge comes along, to act as one thinks, to act as your awareness tells you to act, to move as you know you're supposed to move, to not fly off the handle when it feels good to fly off the handle, to not overthink when it feels good to spin in the thoughts. If you act as you think, your intuition will inevitably improve. So, my friends, intuition may be something that some of us are born with a little more than others. But I hope now you understand that intuition is something that can be built. No matter where you are in life right now, no matter if you're 18 or 88, your intuition can be built. And it starts with increasing your awareness, solidifying your senses, fixing that thing that everyone else would fix, and then being who you are and trusting that gut. Improve your intuition, my friends. And I promise, the best is yet to come.
He's on fire!
Improve your intuition. What do you think about that? Who's to know? Get those internal antennas whip shaped into good working order. And how to soar a little higher with them eagles. Keeping you, we might be chicken suckers, but if you hang around with chickens, you're going to cluck. If you hang around with eagles, you're going to fuck around and fly. It's just simple math. Who's to say, who's to know? And I'm telling you what, ain't nobody else out there telling you how to improve that intuition. Well, you can read it in a book or two, and you might have to really go way down the rabbit hole to find it. But people are saying, oh, no, you just have it. You don't have it. I don't know. I don't know about intuition. It is what it is. You just got to listen to your intuition, man. Everybody's got intuition. But no one wants to tell you. It's like these dodo birds. When you got a flame and you find your ignition and you get a spark and then your flame, you can use your flame to light other flames. Okay, how do I get a spark? Well, the spark is just a spark. Okay.
Bruh.
Well, then how does the spark get to the flame? Well, it's like the energy of the spark in the flame. Oh. Said it yesterday. My reel of the day. Well, second reel of the day. Are you authentic? And that's part of intuition. That's part of being authentic, having a unique voice, moving in truthfulness, having capacity for change, having emotional impact, and raising it all to the power of imagination. I heard that equation when I was a senior in college in my second level entrepreneurship class. Professor Doan Winkle, one of the most legendary professors I ever had. He was like 6'5", both ears pierced. He just was a vibe and a half. He just looked like he could play in a heavy metal band or something. He was just the coolest fucking guy ever, Doan Winkle. And he popped this up on the screen one day, and I took a picture of it. And every year in my time hop, it comes up and it just reminds me. And I thought this year, you know what? I'm going to make a little video on that. And it has been something I have lived my life by. If you live with that equation and then apply these things, you're going to be a super soldier, my friends. You're going to be a 1%er. Who's to say, who's to know? But there goes your first segment of the show. It's time to hop on the old proverbial showboat and begin to surf through the waves of wisdom. As we get into your second segment of the day and head over towards Insight Island, Bay. I hope you're ready. Maybe get yourself a fresh cup of yaver. Maybe a little bit of water. And maybe even fix your posture. And get ready As we get into your second segment of the day, and arrow number 2 is shot your way for your reaction refinery. Alrighty then, my friends. Here we are back live in prime time for your second segment of the day, your reaction refinery, here on episode 710 of Forge and Fuel on this wonderful Wednesday morning, April the 16th, 2025. And I hope you're ready to come alive if you haven't been already, because we got plenty more vibes coming direct to you from this side. So without any further hesitation or delay, let's get right into your 1, 2, 3, and 4 clips of the day. We got some high-level humming beans here with us this morning. 3, as a matter of fact. And then we got a little reel to watch. R-E-E-L, like Insta-Slam reel. So we begin with one of those high-level humming beans, whom I have found many clips over my times in these motivational and inspirational lanes from. We've had him on this show here a few times. He's given us a little perspective on this, that, and everything in between. And now this morning, he gives us a little cherry on top of the proverbial sundae that we've been talking about already this morning. And as you think about building that intuition, you might want to think about what Simon Sinek has to say. Shout out to the legendary Mr. Sinek on making the right choices.
Story about a shoe salesman in Los Angeles. So there's a story about a shoe salesman in Los Angeles in the 1950s. I can't remember his name, but he was a very successful entrepreneur who owned a whole bunch of women's shoe stores. And a journalist asked him, "What's your secret?" And he said, 2, not 3. And they're like, "What do you mean?" He goes, if a woman comes into my store, I'll bring her a pair of shoes. She'll try them on. And she'll say, "Could I see that pair, please?" And I'll bring her a second pair of shoes. And she said, "Could I also see that pair, please?" And he'll say, "Which one would you like me to take away?" Oh. Because what he found is when they had a choice of 3, they bought none. And when they had a choice of 2, they bought 1.
Ah, I love that.
Too much choice is overwhelming. And so what I've started doing in my life is I've added constraint, which is like I've got all these options on the table. Pick, I mean, it doesn't matter what it is.
Yeah,
right?
no, I know what you mean.
And what I'll start doing is I'll start pairing them off. I'll be like, okay, between these 2, okay, get rid of that one. Okay, between these 2, okay, get rid of that one. Between these 2, and the choices become really easy. And then I get to the final 2, and I'm like, oh, it's obvious, it's that one.
Keep it simple, stupid. Keep it simple. And man, I love the story of the shop owner, 2, not 3. And the more choices you have, the more you're going to overthink, the more you're going to wring your hands, the more you're going to worry about the obstacles and the trials and the tribulations and the potential failures and all the bullshit that could come, instead of just taking the action and doing what you know you need to do. And it really is that simple. Just taking down, writing, even make it simpler than that. One of my favorite things to do is that thing you want to do, that thing you want to work on, that thing you want to bring into existence, whatever it is, or it's a job or a relationship, or it doesn't matter. This works for it all. You take that thing, you slap it right at the top of a piece of paper, you draw a line underneath it, you draw a line through the middle of the piece of paper, you write cons on one side and you write pros on the other, and you sit down in serious thought and you begin to fill up the sides. And whatever side fills up, you know what you need to do. If it's cons, don't do the damn thing. If it's pros, get it working. Start moving. Let's make this shit happen. And now maybe you have this thing and 15 things you could do with that thing. So then you start pairing them off. This or that. Should I do that or this? Well, that's probably a better idea. Now, oh shit, we got these 2. This or, well, that's probably a better idea. And then you narrow it down to the move and the action you need to make right now. And now it's not like you lose thought or lose track, or maybe if you don't write them down or write notes or write things that you're going to want to do in the future, then once you do one of those things, then the other 14 things are now available. And you begin to pair them off once again until you find the one thing. And now it's 13 things. And maybe it's 100 things. Maybe it's 500 things. Maybe it's 1,000 things. Whatever it is, you just keep narrowing it down. You just keep pounding the stone until eventually you get to the one right answer. You smack the son of a gun and it cracks wide open. It's that simple to make the right decisions. And we know as human beings what decisions we need to make. It is not hard. Life is not hard. Life is easy even when it's hard. Water off a duck's back. Wear this life like a loose garment. We know what we need to do, but it feels good to worry. It feels good to have anxiety. It feels good to tell everybody about our problems. There's this pop culture of having issues and having problems and sharing them with the world. And the more pills you're on and the more anxiety attacks and the more diseases that you have, the better you are. What the hell are we talking about?
Wrong.
They're not a pop culture of I'm achieving this, I'm doing this, I'm becoming the best version of me, and everybody around cheers. Fuck yeah, you do you. You know what? You're doing you. I'm going to do me. But instead, everybody wants to rip down, fucking pull, say, no way, you can't fucking do that. It's so funny that it is easy. It is just as easy to throw rocks at the top as it is to reach up on another rung on the ladder and pull yourself up to the next level. What person do you want to be? What's the alternative? Who do you want to live? You know what you need to do. We know what we need to do. Unfortunately, we just choose not to do it. But I promise you, my friends, if you choose to look that thing square in the eyes, you stand tall, you choose to fix that thing that everyone else would fix, I promise you it is the most fulfilling and freeing thing you've ever done in your life. You don't have anger issues. You just don't have the willingness to correct your anger and control your emotions. It's that simple. Make the right choices, and life will start to give you the right chances. How about that for a clip? Ha! Make the right choices and life will start giving you the right chances. Hey, sometimes I'm pretty good on this old microphone. Who's to say, who's to know? Your second clip of the morning, my friends, features a big brain, beautiful young lady, a former Secret Service agent, intelligence asset, contractor.
Wait, what?
Now entrepreneur, now business leader, business coach, and motivational speaker. She is the one and only Evie Pomporas, who has joined us here on this show once or twice before, and now here for her, I believe, third appearance. Shout out to all of our Greeks out there in the live chat. This one's for you, the one and only Evie Pomporas, here this morning to give us some perspective on why we should just move.
In a place where you're completely stagnant. That's where you get stuck.
How did they train you as a Secret Service agent to have that instrumental mindset?
Action. Everything's action. Make a choice, make a choice, make a choice, move, go, go, go. Do you know what's interesting? Everything was about movement. Don't be still. Even when you're getting shot at, don't be still. They actually teach you to run in zigzags. It's actually really hard to shoot someone. If they're not perfectly still, I mean, we would shoot paper targets. You miss. You're stressed out, your emotion, you're looking at this guy shooting, that person shooting, am I shooting like shit? You know, because everyone's looking at each other's scores. And, you know, if you don't shoot well, they're going to be like, oh, I don't want to take you out on the next raid with me, right? So you've got that adrenaline rush. It's a hard thing to do, but they teach you like, hey, if you're getting shot at, don't sit there like a dummy, move, run. And while you're running, run like zigzag, throw people off, move. And I've taken that premise of always being kinesis. Kinesis is a Greek move. Kinesis, move, move. Always move. Create momentum. No matter how stuck you feel, just move. Don't sit still. I'm not saying don't grieve, don't be sad, don't feel. It's okay, but don't put yourself in a place where you're completely stagnant, because that's where you get stuck and you don't move and you get comfortable and you become afraid. If you can just create movement, I'm going to create a little bit of movement. I'm going to make a decision here, and then another one, another one. If you can just stay in kinesis, movement, you'll be able to move through whatever it is you're going through.
Evie with some bombs, baby. Just move. Even when you're getting shot at. Even when you're getting shot at. Even when you're on the battlefield and the enemy is lighting up their flaming arrows and you see all the archers on the horizon, and one at a time they thump, 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 start shooting them your way. Even then, don't turn, cower, be afraid, let them pierce you through. Stand tall and just keep advancing. And when the arrows inevitably get closer to you, reach in the sky, grab them out of the air, and crack them over your knee one at a time. Just keep moving. There's going to be times when it all crashes down, when it all feels like there's no answers around, that you got nothing else that you can do. It's time to pack it in and give up. But I promise you, that is the moment when you need to double down. That is the moment when you need to take that next action, whatever it is, even if it's just getting yourself back in the right mindset, getting this thing all back under control. Even if it's that simple, just move. Just stay in action. It is hard to defeat someone who just stays moving. Just as Evie said, it's hard to shoot somebody who is constantly on the move, constantly zigzagging left, right, center, ducking behind an obstacle, rolling this way, barrel rolling over here, always making a move, looking to advance, get closer to the target so they can take their shot and be the one that ultimately wins the battle instead of the enemy winning it. Just move, and everything else will fall into place. Your third clip of the morning, my friends, features a young man you all may be a fan of. Maybe from his many theatrical appearances, but most assuredly from his role in Pirates of the Caribbean. He is the one and only Mr. Orlando Bloom. You thought we were going with Johnny Depp. Orlando Bloom here this morning to give us some thoughts and perspectives on why we should make it great.
Somebody, it may be the last time you see them again. You just don't know. So make it great. What have you got to lose? You may never see this person again. We don't know. Life is like, you don't know. So just make it great. Whenever you're with somebody, it may be the last time you see them again. You just don't know. So make it great. What have you got to lose? You may never see this person again. We don't know. Life is like, you don't know. So just make it great.
Short and sweet, but so true. Make it great. And maybe it's not even somebody you know. Maybe it's that clerk. It's that gas station attendant. It's the waiter or waitress at your favorite Wednesday restaurant. Maybe those are the people that we need to make it great for. Maybe those are the people that we need to leave better than we found them. Maybe we don't need to bring our bullshit into the lives of others. You know what's so funny? Is that with just a simple conversation, when you hear the story of another person, the amount of understanding that comes just from that, you just hear the story of a person and you get this understanding, and all the judgment and fear and anxiety and whatever you have about that person just washes away, because then they become human. They become a real life humming being that has their own trials and tribulations and are battling with shit and have been through things that you couldn't even imagine going through. And it's the same for them. And then if we begin to realize that and we leave people better than we found them, then we're not just living a good life, we're living a great life. And then we extend that not only to the people we interact with on our daily paths, but then into our own homes. You know, what if we really did move with the emotion that this was the last time we were going to see someone? These were the last moments we were ever going to get. These were the last conversations we were ever going to have. I'll tell you what, me and Mama Capp spent some time together this weekend, and that's how we spend our time. Not worrying and fighting and bickering about bullshit. Not talking about other people and their drama and gossip. Not worried about the systems of this world. Rather, how can we become the best versions of ourselves? And those conversations are so, so important to me. And those are the only conversations I have. I don't have any drama-filled, gossip-related bullshit conversations. It does nothing for my life. It does nothing for any of our lives. So the next time you come across somebody in your path, make this life great for them. Do something not everybody else would do. And maybe that's just having that conversation. Or even better yet, maybe it's just giving them a smile. Your fourth and final clip of the morning, my friends, does not feature any high-level humming beans. It is the Insta-Slam reel that I referenced at the beginning of this segment. So now it is time to get into that, and without any further hesitation or delay, gain some perspective on the only two people whose pride matters.
Two people whose pride should truly matter to you. There are only two people whose pride should truly matter to you. It's not your parents. It's not your friends nor mentors. It's the 8-year-old you and the 80-year-old you. So, both of them are watching you now. One is hopeful that you'll honor your ambition. The other wants you to cherish the youth and fulfillment of just being you today. And if both of them are looking upon you with smiles on their face and a proud heart, then rest assured you're on the right path. We are building something for people who actually want to heal. Comment Queet to get early access.
I'm proud to say that both of those people are proud. I'm proud to say that I'm doing exactly what I knew I was supposed to do at 8 years old. I knew I was supposed to be an entertainer, an edutainer, make people laugh, cry, think, have perspective, gain insights. If I could just be the circus clown for a little while and let them forget about their daily monotony and stressors, then that was me. I always loved being the center of attention, the one in the room that had everybody rolling. That was always me. And I'm honoring that little kid that just wanted to be a change, just wanted to make people smile. And I look back and I reflect and I realize that's all I wanted to do. And then I also realize that I have the ability to sit back and reflect and take that time, and I see that 80-year-old version of me smiling because I'm not rushing to the grave. I'm not rushing to any money or house or car or clothes or relationships or anything. I'm just one step at a time, just doing me. And, you know, every single one of us is going to have a to and a from. And each and every one of us is also going to have a little dash in between. What will yours be? What's your dash going to be? When you go, when that day inevitably arises, will they judge you by gossip and hearsay because that's all you did? Or will they judge you by your deeds and the true change and impact you made on this world? I know where I want to fall, and I hope you choose to be on the ladder with me. Your 4 clips of the morning, my friends. Shout out to Simon Sinek, making the right choices. Evie Pomporis, just move. Orlando Bloom, make it great. And the only two people whose pride matters. Hope you got some gears turning, some triggers tripped over the duration of the first two segments of the day. Speaking of, I've been seeing all you going and flowing over there in the live chat this morning, baby. So without further hesitation or delay, it seems to me like it's a great opportunity to break that third wall and dive right into that live chat and connect with you, the audience, friends, and family. So whatever you have burning on the brain, melting on the heart, festering way deep down on the soul, now is your opportunity to get it out here on this show. So whether it's some perspective, some knowledge, some insights, a question, or something in between, drop it over there in the live chat. And after this brief transition, we'll start popping them up on the screen once we get into your third and final segment of the day, as the final arrow is sent your way for your Answers from the Anvil. Alrighty then, my friends. Here we are back live in prime time for your third and final segment of the day, your Answers from the Anvil, here on episode 710 of Forge and Fuel on this wonderful Wednesday morning. It is April the 16th, 2025, and I've been seeing you come alive. I've been seeing the vibes hopping and popping in the live chat all morning long, so it's time to dive in and seeing what y'all have got to say. DEEZY, shift me up, my guy. Who we got out there on this wonderful Wednesday morning? Mrs. Metal live in the building with her usual daily reminder. Great morning. Today's reminder is, what if your life is the plot twist? You're not lost. You finally have a chance to explore yourself without being tied to a specific outcome. Go be great on purpose. Ooh, boy. What if there are no rewards? There are no destinations. The process isn't the product. The process, it's not process over product. The process is the product. What do you know about that? Shout out, Mrs. Metal. Appreciate you. Thanks for those vibes. Those thoughts on this morning's show. Aunt Donnie! Delta 24, morning all. Here we go. Have a wonderful Wednesday. You have a wonderful Wednesday too. Appreciate all your love and support. Always being live in prime time in the chat. Our friends over at Albright's Fur Farm. Great morning, everyone. Happy hump day. Hump day. Shout out, Jared. We appreciate you. Thanks for being live in prime time, as always, my guy. The one and only, the queen. Roll out the red carpet. GP's in the building. Great morning, Grammy P. Wonderful Wednesday morning, family. Blessings to all. Spread that PLP. Blessings right back your way, GP. Appreciate you being live in prime time, as always. Appreciate all your love and support. Voodoo live in the building. It is a wonderful morning indeed. Shout out to you, Voodoo. Appreciate the vibes. Thanks for coming in hot live in prime time in the chat. Appreciate you, brother. Crypto Savage GMGM. We here. Let's get it. Who's to say, who's to know? I saw somebody follow the J&J Weekend Getaway. Maybe somebody's thinking about coming to the old event this year. Woo! I'd like to see me some Crypto Savage. Oh, shit. Who's to say, who's to know? Kim Jones, Mama Capp, great morning, Mama Bear. Let's have a day. Shout out to you. That's my only plans, baby. Our friends over at Radio Free Hub City Live, the legendary Mr. Ken Buckler, beautiful Miss BB, and the magnificent Miss Melissa. Great morning, all. Just remember, God gave us 2 ears and 1 mouth so we can listen twice as much as we speak. 150%. Thanks for that reminder, Ken. Appreciate the hell out of you, good sir. Nick's Vlogs, great morning, Nicky boy. How you doing? Shout out to you. Appreciate you being live in prime time, as always, my guy. Our girl Demetra, great morning, fam. I am so grateful for all of you. Have an amazing hump day as you spread your light. Shout out to you, Demetra. We appreciate you being live in prime time, as always. Thanks for your love and positivity always in the chat. Angel SD, great morning, Mr. Peguero. Great morning, FNF crew. Great morning to you, good sir. Hope you're having a solid start to the day on the specific side of things, baby. The one and only Gator, Jason Welch. Great morning, Gator. Great morning, everyone. Hope you're having a solid start to the day, my brother. Great to see you back live in prime time in the chat. JK Big Time. He says, we have to be mindful because our intuition is at the level of life experience to date. Ooh. That's why it can be improved, and that's why you got to be aware, and that's why you got to fix the things that others know you should fix, and that's why you got to solidify your senses, and then that's why you got to trust your gut and just be you. Woo. Who's to say, who's to know? Shout out to our nation's capital connection. Appreciate you. DWZYY, are you helping people up the mountain or just kicking them down it? What kind of person do you want to be? Shout out DWZYY. Appreciate you, my guy. Thanks for the perspective there in the chat this morning. I don't know what person I want to be. Brought back memories of Marine combat training. We used to do drills and say, I'm up, you see me, I'm down. Ooh. Shout out Mr. Big Time. Appreciate you. Appreciate all the good vibes as always. Albright's Fur Farm Few. Time to drop and do 32 today. My 80-year-old me and my 8-year-old me are saying so. Yes, sir. Glad that tripped your trigger. Appreciate you, Jared. Get some today, my man. Shout out to Tico and Charlie live in the building there as well. Pride Stanford. Great morning, my friends. Knee deep in sourdough and loving it. Shout out to our favorite Grateful Breadhead. Well, our favorite Grateful Breadhead is Kelly O. Stanford. Shout out to the beautiful Miss Kelly O. We appreciate the hell out of you. And Pride, you ain't too bad yourself. Shout out to you. Absolutely crushing the day. Doing doggone sourdough flights, babka bake-offs. Flour finessers. You should see that doggone kitchen. I thought I don't even know how the hell they be pumping out all the bread they be doing. They don't have no commercial kitchen or nothing. They just got a regular old kitchen and they be pumping out bread like they're the doggone Pillsbury factory or something. I don't even know. And Pride, he don't even look like a doughboy. He's just a yoked out chicken sucker. So maybe they're changing the game. Maybe you don't need all these crazy corporate facilities and these big fat ass, mascots. Maybe they're just who's to know. Maybe they're changing the whole game around there. Check them out. If you don't know, you won't know. In the Kitchen with Pride. That is INTHEKITCHENWITHPRIDE.com. In the Kitchen with Pride.com. You might need to shorten that. I'm able to spell it because I was a spelling bee champion multiple years in my schooling and education days. But Jeepers Creepers, I don't know. Maybe just a little piece of advice. Who's to say? Who's to know? We love you guys. Shout out to all you beautiful human beings tuning in live in prime time to the show. Thanks for being here. Thanks for starting your day the right way. Hanging out with me and DWEZYY, baby. But my friends, couple of updates, reminders, announcements for you here, as that is all we've got coming your way on your 3 segments of the day. Your update number 1 is on the J&J Weekend Getaway. My friends, yesterday we received an email that is going to potentially put some more pressure on some of you that have been thinking about going to this year's getaway. The 3rd annual J&J Weekend Getaway will be hosted in Chicago, Illinois, June 27th, 28th, and 29th in the North Shore. And if you don't know the North Shore, it's a little high class. It's a little step up from the average, if you will. And here we go. Money talk. Here comes the money. Now, even though it is a nice place, we did get some great rates. However, due to us getting these great rates and us working with these elite exclusive venues and them bending over backwards to help us create an event that will help you remember this city for years to come, they are putting some hard dates on us. And my friends, in order to ensure that each and every one of you who attend the J&J Weekend Getaway can attend all 3 locations and not have any issues, not have any problems, June 3rd is the last day that you will be able to get tickets for the J&J Weekend Getaway. That is, I know, 3 weeks before. However, they're putting hard stops on us. And if we do not have the amount of people, the final numbers on those dates, they will get rid of the remaining tickets and other things that we need in order to get all of you into the building. So if you do not have your ticket by June 3rd, 2025, you will not be able to attend the J&J Weekend Getaway. There's no, the last week available, I found a good flight, I think I'm going to do it, I'm just going to pop in. No. Not for a half a second. This takes total commitment. This takes stepping up. This takes saying, you know what? I'm going to step out of my comfort zone. I'm going to believe what they're talking about with this event. Everybody's had such a great time the last 2 years. You know what? I'm just going to dive in and see what happens. And if you choose to do that, do not come with judgment. Do not come with the fear of being judged. Realize that you are going to make connections that are going to last you a lifetime. And this event is going to be something that you have never been to before. And maybe you've been to the J&J Weekend Getaway year 1 and year 2. We're going to blow your socks off in year 3 as well. We're thinking about all the people who have already showed up and all those who are still to come. So my friends, still got some time. You got a little while to get the ducks in a row. And if you're flying in, get your flights. We got the hotel block for you. You don't have to go searching for hotels because you don't know the area. We already got a solidified hotel block at rates you're not even going to find in the area. So that is already locked down for you. Just secure your spot today. Don't miss out on the 3rd annual J&J Weekend Getaway. Again, June 3rd will be the last day that you can get tickets due to the exclusive and elite nature of the venues that we will be attending this year. So please, not for me, for thee, get yourself your spot to the 3rd annual J&J Weekend Getaway. Baby. And you can follow all the latest and greatest updates from the J&J Weekend Getaway on Instagram and X at JNJ_WG. J, the letter N, J_WG. If you're looking for the links for the J&J Weekend Getaway, or maybe the Gateway, the all-in-one community and resource hub of the Diamond Hand fam, or maybe Mine and Shine Apparel so you can get yourself some swag here from the show, or maybe something else pertinent to the Diamond Hand Media Group, you can find it all located in this episode's description underneath the summary. And while you're laughing, looking through those links, maybe you could take a moment to smash the subscribe button, turn on a notification bell. Maybe, excuse me, maybe even hit a like button as well. What I'm trying to tell you, just please take a few moments to smash the shit out of whatever buttons you see on your screen if you haven't already, as it only helps us continue to grow and flow and make this show and all the shows that fall under the Diamond Hand Media Group umbrella bigger and better for each and every one of you. But my friends, that's all we've got coming your way on this wonderful Wednesday. Episode 710 of Forge and Fuel is officially a wrap, baby. No mas, no mo, paper or plastic, put a bow on that Shamama Beach. It's time to get on up and get on nah, and go share these vibes with the world outside, but not before we remind you of 3 key and critical things. Number 1, even a 2-year-old can make an excuse.
What?
Number 2, even a dead fish can go with the flow.
What?
And number 3, being that this here show is a member of the Diamond Hand Media Group, I ask you keep in mind at DHMG, we don't only HOLD, we hold each other up. And right now is one hell of a time to flex those diamond hands. Shout out to all you beautiful humming beings flexing those diamond hands on a day in and day out, night in and night out basis. We appreciate you from the bottom of our hearts. Thanks for investing your most valuable assets with us here this morning, your time and your attention. You could have invested in 1,000,001 other ways and places, and the fact that you did here at 710 of Forge and Fuel, we are forever grateful. We'll continue to pay back that investment to you by showing up each and every day on the consistent, persistent pursuit of our passions and being right by your side while you pursue yours. But for now, my friends, until our paths cross again, you know what the vibes shall be. But until then, friends and family, we officially bid thee adieu. And for Mr. Producer, Derek, DZ, Snow, DEEZYY, my man, your guy, and yours truly, Colton, Capp, Sroka, we tell you to have a wonderful rest of your Wednesday, unless you have any other plans. And as always, peace and love.